What happened to Miss Angel Reese? She's all in Indiana during All-Star, and her Reebok campaign come to your track.
We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it locked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me get real serious.
The Washington Mystics just put belt to ass on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Sonia Citron was out there cooking with hot grease. Stir the pot. Stir the pot. Keep cooking, Sonia. That was a show.
The basketball world is watching what could become one of the most baffling endorsement missteps in recent memory. Reebok, led by Shaquille O'Neal, chose Angel Reese as the face of its basketball comeback, and so far, the results have been nothing short of a corporate cautionary tale. While Caitlin Clark is shattering records and Sophie Cunningham effortlessly builds fan loyalty, Angel Reese is going viral for all the wrong reasons. With her signature Reebok shoe still set to drop in 2026, whispers in the industry are growing louder. This might be the biggest branding blunder since the new Coca-Cola fiasco. Let's call it what it is. Not just a risky gamble, but a full-scale endorsement meltdown. If you think Reebok fumbled this one, drop a comment. Fire the baby giraffe. Let's talk.
She put on a flat-out show versus Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky. Boy, did they ruin Angel Reese's homecoming.
Every time Angel Reese steps onto the court, statisticians across the league brace themselves. And not with excitement, but with dread. In just her sophomore season, Reese has managed to do the unthinkable. She's hitting only 31.5% of her layup attempts. Yes, layups. While taking the third most in the entire WNBA, it's almost a skill in itself to be that consistently inefficient at the most fundamental shot in basketball. We're talking about a 6 feet 3 inches professional athlete missing point-blank shots at a clip that would get most high school freshmen glued to the bench. At this point, it's not basketball. It's performance art with a scoreboard.
The Chicago Bravado once again got their ass kicked. Angel Reese was so bad last night, the announcers calling the game, they were laughing at her performance. Check out some highlights for yourself. Well, KC, you always do this. You select a couple of bad plays and try to convince us that Angel Reese isn't a superstar.
The comedy practically writes itself. In a matchup against the New York Liberty, Angel Reese delivered a sequence destined for blooper reel history. 4 consecutive missed putbacks in just 12 seconds. 2 of them were blocked so hard it looked like she was scrimmaging against a cinder block wall. The clip went viral immediately, but not the feel-good, inspirational kind of viral. No, this was the kind that gets set to circus music and ends up in YouTube compilations titled, "When Basketball Isn't Your Calling." Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is being compared to NBA legends and packing arenas, without needing to brick 4 layups in a row to get noticed.
This was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember, this is a pro basketball player. Won a national championship. Their calling card they'd like to hang over is she beat Caitlin Clark. Remember that. Watch this. Are you serious?
Sure, someone will inevitably point out that Angel Reese is shooting 44.4% from the field, which sounds decent, until you realize the majority of those attempts come from within 3 feet of the basket. In the paint, where efficiency is supposed to be automatic, Reese is putting up numbers that make scouts do a double take, and then clean their glasses. Most professionals convert layups at a 70 to 80% clip. It's basically a freebie. But Reese has somehow turned layups into a slot machine. Pull the lever and pray. What should be the easiest looks in basketball have become a nightly game of chance. To this point, no one, not fans, not coaches, and certainly not Reebok execs, is betting big anymore.
454! Let's get it! Burn! Lack of awareness combined with a lack of ability to jump, not great! Burn!
Me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow!
Yeah! Again! Do it for me. Rebound! Burn! Okay.
And then there are the commentators, Those poor souls whose job is to sell every moment like it's legendary. These are professionals trained to make free throws sound like buzzer beaters. But even they're cracking. During a recent game, after yet another missed point-blank layup, one announcer couldn't help but let out a laugh. And not a supportive, "she'll get it next time," chuckle. This was a full-on, "what did I just witness?" moment of disbelief. When the play-by-play crew starts laughing instead of describing the action, your brand's in serious trouble. That's not just a red flag, that's a 50-foot inflatable tube man flailing outside Reebok HQ screaming, "We messed up."
With her dominant performances in June, she earned her All-Star selection. But these aren't just a couple of bad plays. These aren't bloopers. These aren't rare moments. This is the norm. The same thing happened last week when the Chicago Bravado got their ass kicked by the Minnesota Lakers. I don't have to convince you that Angel Reese has no impact on winning. Just look at her record, look at her resume in the WNBA.
Yes, Angel Reese had a strong June and earned an All-Star nod, but let's be real. These aren't isolated mistakes. This isn't just a rough patch. This is the pattern. Just last week, the Chicago Bravado got steamrolled by the Minnesota Lakers, and it was more of the same. You don't need a debate about whether Angel Reese contributes to winning. Just check the record. Look at her WNBA resume. Meanwhile, social media is having a field day. Fans are stitching together entire highlight reels of her most inexplicable misses, complete with slow mo, zoom-ins, clown horns, and circus music. It's not just a clip anymore, it's a genre. And for a company like Reebok, trying to reignite its presence in basketball, this isn't just a PR hiccup. It's a full-blown identity crisis for a brand trying to relaunch its basketball line. This is the last kind of visibility it needs. Instead of game-winning buzzer beaters or breakout highlight reels, Reebok's marquee athlete is going viral for all the wrong reasons. This isn't the kind of content that sells sneakers. It's the kind that sends marketing executives dusting off their resumes. Inside scoring? Washington's done that well. But Angel Reese. She missed the first layup, stayed with it, bricked it again. We hit the All-Star break. She returns with 9 turnovers. Then it's a back injury. Then she's back again, still can't convert a fundamentally sound layup. Maybe they rushed her return. Tyler Marsh, did you rush her back from injury? Tyler, Coach Marsh, we're looking at you. Now, if Reese were dominating on a winning team, maybe, some of this could be overlooked. But the Chicago Sky are in shambles, dragging a depressing 7-21 record. The on-court product is so flat it makes G League scrimmages look electric. They've lost 8 straight. And when Reese sat out 5 games with that back injury, they didn't win a single one. So now we're stuck with a paradox. They're bad with her, and somehow worse without her. It's like having a leaky lifeboat. It won't save you, but it delays the inevitable just enough to pretend you're afloat. I'm no math whiz, but it looks like Angel Reese wins about 1 out of every 3 games. If I'm remembering right, she's beaten a team with a winning record once all season. Oh, you tell me. How exactly is Angel Reese impacting winning? Coach Tyler Marsh has tried spinning it in post-game interviews, clinging to hope with carefully worded optimism. But even the best soundbites can't patch a sinking ship, especially when your offense revolves around a player whose most viral moments involve missing wide-open shots under the rim. If your offense is breaking down under the basket, you've got bigger problems than just a weak bench. Let's not forget, Reebok didn't just sign Angel Reese, they built their entire basketball relaunch around her. Shaquille O'Neal himself co-signed the move. The master plan. Launch her signature shoe in 2026 and ride a wave of Gen Z hype into a new era. But there's a fatal flaw in that strategy. It depends on actual on-court success. This isn't Instagram. This is the WNBA. And in the real world of professional sports, clanking layups and getting roasted by commentators doesn't sell shoes. New strategy, folks. Angel, keep shooting. Everyone else? Go rebound her misses, tee this pace. She's not dishing dimes. She's dishing buttermilk pancakes at Denny's. Butter? Did someone say butter pecan? At a certain point, you just have to stand back and applaud the absurdity. A missed bunny with no one around. A rebound that bounces off her knee. A layup that somehow hits the bottom of the rim. Get this girl a GPS. She's lost under the basket. Crowds aren't rising to their feet in awe, they're doing it to leave early. Make some noise for the most underpaid athlete in America. Bang! To make it worse, Reebok CEO, Todd Kinski, publicly compared Reese to legends like Allen Iverson and Shaq, saying she could be a culture-changing force. Honestly, it would be funny if it weren't so tragic. Iverson and Shaq didn't just change culture, they defined it. And they did it by dominating every night on the court. Reese. She's posting box scores that belong in a blooper reel, not a Hall of Fame exhibit. If she's changing the culture, it's only by rewriting the manual on what not to do in professional sports. And now, the whispers of doubt are turning into full-blown regret. The question's no longer whispered behind closed doors, it's being asked out loud. Did Reebok even evaluate the product before slapping their logo on it? Or were they so thirsty for relevance that they chased the loudest voice in the room, ignoring whether the game actually backed it up? It's starting to look like a desperate Hail Mary from a brand that wanted headlines more than substance. And what they got? A front-row seat to a masterclass in marketing regret. What Reebok ended up with wasn't a rising star, it was a multi-year, multi-million-dollar catastrophe. Sure, Angel Reese had a stat line that looked solid on paper. 22 points, 13 rebounds. But dig deeper and the cracks are impossible to ignore. She shot 6 of 16 from the field, missed layup after layup, and only stayed afloat thanks to a parade of phantom foul calls. Credit where it's due, 10 of 11 from the free throw line is nice. But 0-4-1 from 3, a -11 plus-minus, and getting outplayed by Kiki Arif? That's not the stuff signature shoe deals are made of. And then there's the back injury, a perfectly timed exit that felt suspiciously convenient for just about everyone except Reebok. Look, no one roots for injuries, but in this case, Reese's absence felt less like a setback and more like an unplanned vacation. From the chaos, the criticism, and the constant clown music edits, let's be real, this wasn't just a break for her body. It was a collective sigh of relief for basketball fans, sports commentators, and exhausted meme accounts everywhere. Just when the internet was about to combust from another viral clip of her bricking a wide-open layup, she vanished. Poof. Like a magician pulling off her first successful trick. And while she was off the court, Reebok had to be sitting in a very quiet room asking the one question they should have asked months ago. How do we sell sneakers tied to a player whose signature move is botching easy layups? To make matters worse, her injury ruled her out of a highly anticipated showdown with the Indiana Fever, a matchup fans were either dreading or morbidly curious to witness. And not because it promised high-level competition. No, that would have required both teams to show up ready. But with Reese out, we were spared another viral blooper reel, and Reebok was spared another round of brand embarrassment. For now.